Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to Next Game Plus, episode 2, with your host, not my host, your host, Extremeprey. And we have a.
You fucked up, son. You done fucked up.
Okay, I'm gonna keep rolling.
Whoa, taser!
And we have a variety of guests for this week's podcast. Would you all like to give yourselves a nice shout out, a nice name, something that people would recognize you by, perhaps something very iconic? Preferably your YouTube
Hello,
name.
my name is Derpy Thunder.
Okay. Look.
Oh, you're rolling with this
Right?
again.
www.derpythunder.
Hello everyone, I'm Kim, co-owner of
That's
Taser, aka Sense Terror.
AKA the only guy who isn't actually in this podcast.
Yeah.
Is
But the only
anyways.
one who got
Hello.
the name right.
He's Eli's
Hello.
replacement at the moment.
And that's Connor. That's Connor, and I'm Brotacular.
Yeah, Connor's definitely the most important person here.
He is. He's fantastic.
Hello, everybody. My name is Brennan Affolter, or Derpy Thunder, as I'm not known at all on YouTube. So,
We actually found this guy just laying around.
yeah, I was on the streets.
I already did your intro.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's doing it properly.
Derpy Thunder here.
You gotta do it right. Come on.
I can't do it right. I don't accents. I'm English. You're American.
Well,
Slight different.
even I can do an English accent. Hello.
Yeah, that's
Hello,
that's
hello,
not an
hello.
English accent. That's that is like
That's just racist.
I have the most bad English accent ever. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Daddy.
I get my mommy.
Daddy, could I have some more, please?
Yeah, that was your... Daddy, can I have a drink of water?
Okay, and Adam?
Hi, I'm Eli's replacement from ZX Gaming.
I'm glad that you took the
The
time
one
to
that you
wait.
don't
How
know.
many Eli's replacements have you got?
That's
This
actually
part
all of us.
free.
So he needed replacing that much. We had to get that many.
Well, Eli secretly got a twin brother that nobody knows about that appears in a lot of his videos. Dark
Oh.
times.
That would explain why that's so sporadic.
What?
Okay, I guess we should get the show on the road. As they
Maybe.
say. Maybe. Okay, this show works with 3 rounds, and we are going to start with the first one, which is upcoming games. I have given these guys, well, these guys, bar from Kim, which is okay, you can just roll with it, a list of video games. It doesn't really matter if they researched them or not. Doesn't really matter what they did with the stuff which I gave them. What matters is that we just have a good time talking about them. So the first in the list is Assassin's Creed Chronicles China.
Just before you carry on, I'm so glad you said that it doesn't matter if we researched them or say where I was getting in trouble.
So,
Yeah,
actually, I wanted to bring up a point here that we were talking about this before the podcast started. I actually didn't even know that, like, the last game, Unity, came out
Yeah,
already. I
you
was
thought
waiting-
Unity was still on.
Yeah, I was
post to
waiting
come out.
for it. I was waiting for it. I was like, man, when is Unity going to come out? Apparently it did. And I was like, oh, it was that bad that no one even told me about it. All right.
It wasn't great. I haven't played it, but from hearing all the reviews and people complain about it, I don't think it's actually a functional game.
So
You
what
know-
is it even about? Because I know Desmond died, but, like, what's it about?
Spoilers, spoilers.
No? Spoilers? It's already out.
It's
Who
Yeah, but
cares?
Yeah, but
it's
people
about a
live.
creed of assassins that unify together and kill
Wow,
people.
really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
to be
Is that what they
honest.
do in every
Well,
game?
that's such an original concept.
Except
really
they
is.
unify better than the game's frame rate.
To be honest, I must have got like a weird copy of Unity because all these bugs which people are talking about, I didn't get any bugs whatsoever. I played through the game
Really?
just fine. I had no problems with it.
Oh.
Wait, so you're telling me that your game is the buggy one, but it works correctly?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's got the bugs help the game
Okay.
run.
Oh my. Wow.
Oh, it was beautiful.
I gave up on Assassin's Creed after like Assassin's Creed 3 though. Like Black
Black
Flag was
Flag
okay.
was good. Yeah.
Yeah, it was okay. But I think it got boring quite quickly. Same as they all do, really.
Mm.
They're all kind of the same thing over and over, isn't it, really?
Yeah. Well,
It's,
Chronicles.
every game tends to be. They have a very staple pattern that they follow.
Yeah.
Well, they should change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Well,
Just
that's
dull.
that's where Chronicles China comes in. What they did a long time ago, after the release of the first Assassin's Creed game, they made a PSP title called Bloodlines, which was a one of these new 1.5 dimensions game where it's a 3D side scroller, and they're bringing that back for the PS Vita. But this one's going to be in China.
The PS Vita?
Yep. That console
Wow.
which not many
Fuck
people
woman.
have heard of or cared about.
So what I was actually kind of seeing was this is almost, I don't want to call it a Mark of the Ninja ripoff, but this is sort of Assassin's Creed, but in a 3D environment, 2D perspective. And I was kind of curious how that was actually going to play out because obviously this is the first time they're doing that.
It sounds to me that they're basically dropping the whole assassin. They're becoming ninjas now. Like, this is going to turn into a weird version of
Ninjas
Ninja
Creed.
Turtles.
Yeah.
Welcome to Ninja Creed. We totally dropped all the blades, and now you get a katana. Have fun.
Well, it looked like a side-scrolling beat 'em up from all the little trailers I watched. And
Yeah.
I saw a lot of the reviews talking about they did that whole... Now, I'm not entirely against this. If this fits your game, that's great. But it has that whole bullshit where all the cutscenes are done in sort of a comic book form
Yeah.
instead of, actual cutscenes.
So I could be like being totally stupid here, but how does the concept of like the wall running and things like that all work in 2D scroller?
Oh, move left.
Yeah, but
Whilst holding R.
what I mean is it's not going to be as fun.
Or
Isn't that kind of like the concept of the Assassin's Creed games? It was that was a new thing to it that everyone enjoyed, and now it's not going to be that.
It's a $10 game.
As said,
So-
Even so,
Wait, are you kidding me?
No, it's $10. It's on Steam
what-
right now, actually.
That's what they reverted to? Are you serious? I'm going to go watch that trailer right now.
Okay.
I'm going to go watch it right now.
Go
'cause I got
watch the
time.
trailer during the podcast.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
what
you
you
guys-
done
you guys-
beforehand.
No. You guys just keep talking, and I'm going to do this right now.
Okay.
okay, well, they actually
Oh, there it
did.
is.
As said, they actually did attempt to do this at one point before for the PS Vita. That turned out okay. It wasn't amazing. The combat was... It's not really a beat 'em up. It's just Assassin's Creed, but side-scroller. So...
So that,
It's
to
a
me,
lot
that
more
doesn't make
limited.
it Assassin's Creed at all. It loses what made it special in the first place.
Yeah.
Because I mean, how many people play Assassin's Creed just to dick about the open world, like you do with GTA and stuff like that, just to dick about the open world, killing guards and things like that, like climbing on stuff, jumping across stuff. There's no fun in it when it's like side scroller.
Well, I did hear it was incredibly linear. So that
Yeah.
does take
Oh,
away
it's a
a
side
big
scroller,
aspect
so-
of Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, you can't really have a non-linear side scroller. It's quite difficult.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
kind of...
Well,
Yes,
even the
two-path?
story is incredibly linear. And not very original either.
Is it the same kind of like story, just like rolled out again, but changed with different characters?
Well, well, at the moment for this game, for China, what they're doing is they're bringing in two protagonists, and that's supposed to lead on to Victory, which is the next title.
Oh. Yeah. I agree.
All right. So I just watched it right now, and honestly, by watching it, I'm not really that impressed. I'm honestly like, that looks like the worst
Well,
game
again,
of Assassins that I've ever
$10
seen.
game. I
Yeah.
don't think it's supposed to be a game. I think it's Ubisoft saying, hey, we have some extra time. Chronicles. Let's slap that at the end.
Sorry,
Like,
worst.
I wish they kept going with Desmond. I wish they didn't kill him off because I think that was the worst decision ever. It's like after that they're like, oh shit, we don't really have a backstory to this. Fuck. All right, whose idea was this? And they go like fire someone whose idea this was.
Probably fired someone else.
Oh yeah, I
But-
do need to mention like worst Assassin's game ever. Are we all forgetting Call of Duty Ghosts?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. If we're gonna get into Call of Duty, this whole thing is just gonna turn into a rant.
Yeah.
I think we should,
Oh no
let's not.
Alone.
Let's not
Okay.
go towards Call of Duty.
Well, I have a feeling that
Bastard.
the next game, there will be some weird things. to be talking about. Star Wars Battlefront.
I hope they don't fuck this one up.
Yeah, if they screw
Okay.
this up, I swear to God, because I love that game when I
I'm
was a
sorry,
kid.
but don't we already have a game named that?
Yeah, but it's
Yeah, it
a
was a- it was
remake.
a-
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a
PS2
modern
game.
remake though. It looks
Yeah.
awesome. I'll be honest, that does look.
Okay.
It does look.
It
awesome.
looks awesome. But they promised so much out of it that when the actual official, this is what we can do with the game, like they did the most cheapest thing they could have done with the latest trailer, where they said game footage. Now, if it says in-game footage, that means it's gameplay. If it says game footage, most likely it's from the game engine. So
Yeah, they actually said game engine footage. It didn't.
Yeah.
It actually said
They
game
did,
engine
yeah.
footage. Yeah.
It said all
It's kinda-
footage made in game engine. so-
It's kind of like the new Star Wars movie coming out. It looks so good, but we have no idea if it's going to be absolute crap. Just because it looks good doesn't mean that the story or the
Okay.
multiplayer...
you
lightsabers.
Disney.
I mean, for all we know, like, the multiplayer in that could have not have changed from the PS2 version. Like, it could still be just like that. Which, I mean, it wouldn't be a problem, but
I
I
wouldn't
am
mind
look-
that, yeah.
more-
I wouldn't mind that, to be honest. I mean, the problem
As long as
is
the
they're bringing it
graphics
up.
looks good.
Yeah, they're bringing it up to date,
That's
and
good.
you know,
Yeah.
people still play Battlefront 2 now, but the problem is there's no multiplayer to it. So the fact that they're bringing it up to date and they're bringing it in like the same kind of engine that they're going to do Battlefield in is fantastic, in my opinion.
I'm
You know,
kind
look
of-
at the success they've had with Battlefield, for example. You know, it's going to be awesome. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm
problem
kind of
with
Swedish
afraid.
company though, just saying.
I'm kind of afraid of like having multiplayer because beforehand it was like you connect with your friend, you work together, but now it's kind of like every single person in the world is going to try to kill you.
So well, you should be prepared playing Battlefield and Call of Duty and things like that. You should be prepared now. Those didn't exist back when Battlefront 2 was out.
Yeah, now it's just going to be a bunch of like little kids yelling, "God damn it, you killed my fucking Chewbacca!"
I'm gonna fucking dedox you.
Well,
Yeah.
it is made by DICE, which I have very much enjoyed all of their game, and in fact, Battlefield's probably the only first-person shooter I can play without hating my life. Now that being said, DICE is very, very heavy on Battlefield, and I'm hoping
Battle
that this
Pack.
doesn't just turn into Battlefield Star Wars Edition.
Battle
So-
Pack.
Yeah.
Battle Pack.
Especially
I'm
seeing as they
honestly-
have so many issues with Battlefield 4 working in the first place.
Yeah.
They better not make like a Battlefield story because Battlefield 3's like
Oh,
story was the worst story that I ever heard and like played. It was
Well,
awful.
They said that they may be making a story, and if they do, it'll be based on what's his name, Django Fett.
Django.
What is the big deal with Django Fett? Like everything's made around Django or Boba Fett. It's like really, what's wrong with making it around the actual main characters? Why does it have to be about some side character?
Budget.
Because those are what the movies are for.
I think actually the main
why should you do it?
characters are copyrighted. You can't write stories about them. I know
But
this because you can't actually you can't even write fan fiction about the main characters and publish it because you
What?
will get copyrighted. Yeah.
Damn
must
it,
have
my
allowed
life
Disney
is
to
They
in
make
have,
it
a
in the
rock,
first place,
they have
for
a
sure.
rock hard thing on that. They even have a special time period in the Star Wars universe where you're not allowed to make fan fiction on because they plan to make movies in their timeline.
Yeah, but they must have permission to do this from the from Disney. So there must be some kind of period they could do that on.
I think the thing is I don't think they should have chose like Jango Fett because I mean it's not all that interesting to me, but I think they should have chose like another Jedi maybe that we just never
Yeah,
really paid
exactly.
attention
Like this
to.
is why things like the Force
Yeah.
Unleashed worked really well because of the fact that they had another Jedi which kind of fitted the story, even if it was kind of loosely fitted. You want to be a Jedi in these things. You don't want to be Boba fucking Fett. I want to have a lightsaber and kill things.
Yeah.
Now, with everything said, I hope it doesn't turn into that game where... Do you guys know the other Star Wars game where there's this guy and you can, like, shoot lightning out of your hand? I don't know what the name of it's called,
Force
but it's
Unleashed.
Star
another...
Wars Force Unleashed.
Yeah, Force Unleashed.
The
I
game we
hope
were
it
just
doesn't
talking
turn
about.
into that.
Oh, that?
Yeah, I hope it does not turn into that.
I don't think it'll be quite that bad.
No, I don't
But-
think so.
Because
first
here's the
one was
problem.
alright.
I think they chose Jango Fett because a whole like lightsaber thing, it's hard to do and make it feel like realistic. But when you have a gun, it's easy. Like you can see with Call of Duty, they come out with a new game every fucking 4 months. It's easy to choose a character with
Hang
a
on,
gun.
sorry,
and a
what do you mean
lightsaber.
it's easy? If you don't want to do a game on Star Wars, don't fucking do one. Star Wars involves lightsabers.
Well,
You can't turn and go. It's too difficult.
well, they didn't choose someone with a lightsaber, so it's saying something.
You know what?
Lazy
Maybe
as shit,
that's
don't
why.
they?
That's why there's so many and that's why
Ow.
it's been so long since the last Battlefront game.
Because no one wants to make a game and totally fuck it up. They want to take time and be like, how are we going to do this? Because it's not easy.
Well,
I mean,
then
doing
put
a gun
lightsabers
is-
in it. If you're going to spend
gun-
time in it, put lightsabers
A
in
gun
it.
is easier than a lightsaber.
Swing, swing, or pew, pew. It's
See, I always thought the reason we keep making Star Wars games is because of that. Everybody's fantasy is to have a game where you actually have a lightsaber and swing
Yeah,
around.
exactly.
yeah.
You know, we're gonna keep making Star Wars games until we eventually, you know, we're sitting here 2030 with the damn nerve gear on our heads, actually swinging lightsabers around. So,
Lightsabers
I mean,
actually do exist in the real world. Just saying, it's kind of cool. They're really expensive though.
yeah.
You need to wear eye protection too. You'll burn your eyes off when it comes on.
I think lightsabers in the Oculus Rift would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Okay, before we get too carried away with this topic,
It's Star Wars. Sorry, you get carried away on Star Wars.
I know.
It's supposed to be
Part and parcel.
let's move on to a smaller but big series at the same time, in certain aspects. The Witcher 3. Yeah.
I have never heard of it.
never heard that.
I've played Witcher 2. I know I watched
have you?
E3 last year. Yeah, I watched E3 last year, and I kind of watched. So I knew a bit about Witcher 3 when it was announced. I played Witcher 2. I actually played it on the channel, and it was alright. I don't see the mass
Yeah.
appeal. Like, it's a really popular game, but I don't see why.
I love those kind of games. I really
Yeah, I
do.
know you do, like Dragon Age and things like that. You like that sort of
Yeah.
thing, but
Well,
I think
the
it's
reason-
just
the
it's not a good one. It's not. There's better ones out there.
Yeah. The reason why the second game is what it was is because the first one was originally a point-and-click game, and then they saw the appeal in, oh, look at all these amazing, action adventure games. Let's turn it into one of those. And before they released Witcher 2, they tried to turn the first Witcher into an action adventure game by removing the
Yeah.
point-and-click element, and it was an action point-and-click game. So they try to get this point across in the second one that, oh no, it's not going to be a slow-paced game. It's going to be a full action adventure game. There's going to be nothing that's going to be like this slow, and then they just put so much emphasis on
Couldn't
that
pull it
it
off.
got so boring.
Yeah.
I wish I could help talk about this one, but I've never honestly seen the game
Well,
before.
Yeah, I've never
think
played
the main-
Witcher.
the main-
I've seen a bit of number 2, but I
Well, the one
can't
that they
really...
get, the bit they get praised for the most is isn't it the sword fighting and things like that? It's the realism in the sword fighting,
Yeah.
the technicality behind it, etc. It's not like any other game which just literally click, 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 click. It's got
Yeah.
more details to that. There's more finesse.
Yes.
I played, like I said, Witcher 2, and when I played it, it was an old game, so it didn't really make much of an impression on me. I've seen images of Witcher 3. It looks good, but from what I've seen, I don't know, it just doesn't appeal to me in the slightest because it's not something that
Yeah.
I play. Like, I do play, like, I love Skyrim and things like that, but I think that's more the adventure type thing rather than the actual, like, characters and stuff, which seems to be what they're kind of, like, bringing through. Because I think you have to, it's one of those games you have to have played the others to be into and to be looking forward to.
Yeah.
Whereas if you haven't played it, you're kind of like, it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem which I think is going to happen with the third one is the exact same thing which happened with the second one. They're going to put so much emphasis on what they think is cool to gamers now, and they're going to throw all of that into Witcher 3, and it's just going to become another boring thing because they're not looking past what's happening now.
Mhm.
Like, the biggest announcement...
having
Like I said-
large
like I said,
explosions
so-
and huge wars is kind of what they think makes a game good. So
Yeah, it is in certain aspects, but they need to execute it right.
yeah,
Still don't know the game.
yeah. Who made it? Who's the company behind it?
EA.
Oh, all right,
Oh.
all right.
Why are you
All
playing
right.
all these games?
All
that-
right.
Oh my god.
Okay.
So it's gonna be another no, excuse me, EA $63.49 title. 'Cause you always have to add tax on their games for some reason.
As soon as you said that, I instantaneously imaged the game in my head. I'm like, all right, there it is. There. It's just a guy kicking a soccer ball around. That's what I pictured.
You can switch shirts.
Football,
if you're
damn it.
lucky.
Oh, I'm sorry. American thing.
Right. Well, in that case, we'll move on to the final game, and it will be the last topic of the first round. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege.
You mean the other game that's made by Ubisoft that's also kind of shit at the moment?
Oh yeah, well, that's why I wanted to pull these into one podcast, because, you know, if we're all hating on the same game, at least we're hating together.
Yeah.
This is the Rainbow Six one. Which Rainbow Six is it? This isn't the Siege one, is it? This is something different. Is that
No,
the same one?
It's Siege, yeah.
Is Siege. I'm actually kind of looking forward to this. If it's Siege, I'm looking forward to this because I saw this again at E3 last year, and it's not by any means a new concept, but the way that they've done it is kind of new, using team-based skills to kind of like breach into a building with, instead of just having like NPCs, they've actually got two teams, so it's kind of done Call of Duty style, which means that you've got the human element of like you could actually use your imagination to figure out how to get in here and get past the team, and I like that. I think that's really good, and especially seeing as it's not like you have to go through the door, you have to go through the window. You can blast through the freaking wall and the floor if you want. It's awesome.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I've always fairly enjoyed Tom Clancy games, so
Yeah.
I imagine that it'll be pretty good. I just,
King of the fingers.
I don't know. I'm just so skeptical lately.
Well, that's the
When-
way everything's going recently.
Yeah, well, I guess me sitting here being such a huge fan of, you know, I really like Far Cry, and Far Cry 3 probably still sits somewhere in my top 10 list. And I loved all three of those games. All of a sudden, Far Cry 4 comes out. Holy crap, get hyped, boot up the game. Oh, we're sorry, this thing's going to run at 20 frames on your computer. And it's just, like, I don't know what Ubisoft has been doing lately. Watch Dogs was an utter disappointment. Far Cry 4 was barely functional. Assassin's Creed Unity, some people with AMD cards couldn't even run the thing. So I just, like, I'm sure that Rainbow Six Siege would be a very good game. I can't help but sit here and question everything Ubisoft does lately.
They're focusing too much on Uplay.
Yeah,
just want
and
to
that is a
perfect the
major.
perfect thing.
That's a big
Uplay is
problem.
bad.
They should just make it like, there should be no Origin, there should be no Uplay, it should just be Steam. Simple, everyone uses
Well,
it.
but see, that's the problem. Everybody
get it
uses
done.
Steam, so they want their own version of Steam. They want to try to outdo Steam.
But this
Can't,
doesn't
you
work.
can't.
I know, but business perspective, you want this platform that has all your games on so that you can advertise all your games every time.
But
But,
what they're doing is making all their games not work.
well, yeah, and that's the big issue
I
here.
mean, to be fair, what they should really do is they should have it on like Uplay or whatever it is and Steam and let the consumer decide. At the end of the day, if you know,
just give
if
out the code. If you want it on Steam, Origin, or Uplay,
I mean,
just give me
yeah.
the code and I can
you'll soon
put it
you'll soon
wherever I
find
want.
out which people prefer and whether it's going to work or not.
Yeah. Well,
And
I
ring
think
it,
that's
right?
the
Get rid
big
of it.
kicker is they sit there and deceive you. Because I do currently have Far Cry 4 on Steam, but I hit play on Steam and guess
And it
what
opens
pops
up
up?
Uplay.
Uplay!
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the same.
Okay,
Well,
well,
it just slows everything down.
let's move on to a slightly more positive topic. Well, it could be slightly more positive depending on your point of view. Second round of the podcast is games we had played recently, but I would like to put a focus on new releases. So, if there's any new releases that you've played recently, or any game that you
GTA 5.
GTA
5. Yeah, I may be playing
GTA
it
5.
but, you know.
I think you
GTA 5.
referred to this in the
I think
previous
GTA 5 is a big
podcast.
one. Hey, have you guys
No,
heard
no.
about GTA 5? Yeah.
GTA 5, it's a new
GTA 5
game,
is
but it's so bad I can't even stand to play it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He
yeah.
he
By the
refers
way,
to it as
stop shooting
Jet
me.
Simulator 2015.
It is, though.
It really is. We're actually playing this right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never know.
Well,
Just
I
focus.
have played.
Yeah.
Well, I have played Sword Art Online Hollow Fragment for the PS Vita, and it's one of the few good games on the PS Vita at the moment.
Oh, really? That thing's good?
Oh man.
There's a thing on it that's good. I know.
You got to think about the Vita, haven't you? Like, the only person in the world who has a thing about the Vita.
Did they pay you to say that?
How
dare you.
If it is, I want some money.
Probably.
Sony, if you're listening to this, You know,
Sure, sponsor me. I want to be that.
He's trying to get a sponsor. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to get a sponsorship. Another game I did play recently, I actually played today, which was kind of fun, was Four Kings Casino and Slots.
yeah.
It's something I got for it's an early access title because obviously we do the first look series, and it's something I got given by the developer, and it's kind of fun. It is a normal casino game, except it's kind of MMO style where you can kind of walk around this massive open world, sort of. It's got like invisible walls from room to room, but it's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
You can just like interact with people and like play games and stuff. There's nothing really that special about it, and it's got a lot of work till it's going to get there. But it just, I don't know, the graphics were good. It was kind of engaging. It looked really pretty.
So wait, are you telling me that your favorite game is not Ant Simulator? Because I'm pretty sure that deserves 5-star Game of the Year.
Ant Simulator was brilliant. It was
The
a great
ability to
game.
be an ant.
But you can't. You can, there's one simple flaw with Ant Simulator compared to Casino, whatever it is. You can't
One?
play-
I'm sorry. Wait.
You can't play poker on it.
Oh, okay.
You can't play poker on Ant Simulator. If they put that in, then yes,
DLC.
10 out of 10, best game of the year.
Free DLC. Ant Simulator.
Walk around
DLC, yeah,
gambling,
poker.
betting against other
Play
ants.
poker.
So,
God damn, I lost my antennas.
has
You
anyone
bet
else
food,
got
if you
any
don't win,
games?
you literally die.
Has anyone else got any games that they played recently that they would like to mention?
Oh, let's see.
What-
I played
what
Mortal
do you-
Kombat
wait.
10.
What do you guys think of the new I Am Bread? I mean, we know that it's kind of been out, little things like that, but it actually came out in
Rage.
full version. I haven't played it yet, and I'm actually
Mount
kind of
your
curious
friends.
if you guys have.
I need
The
to
whole
play
thing.
that.
Yeah, so the
Okay.
whole
That's
thing.
what it is.
I'm gonna see. I'm
You're
gonna
a
be.
slice of toast.
I'm going to be no, you're a slice of bread. You got to be toast. So I'm going to be the unpopular opinion here because this is made by the same guys that made Surgeon Simulator,
Yeah.
and I love that game. It's brilliant, but it's hilariously funny for the very reason that it's stupid. It's so stupid, but I don't see the appeal with I Am Bread. It's not fun.
Taking
You-
too far.
You're
Why I
taking a piece
haven't
of
bought
bread.
it.
You're taking a piece of bread from one side of the room and toasting it on the other.
It's way too expensive for what it is. What is it, like $12 or something? Because I have like
know.
$8 in my
I've-
account, and I can't afford it.
So
So I'm like
sir,
thinking,
I
hang on.
bought Grass Simulator. Don't even tell me that's expensive and not worth it.
By the way, did
Guys.
anyone answer your message?
Holy shit.
Well,
Top sellers, City Skylines.
with that amazing conversation about simulators,
Oh, I love
let's move
City
on. Let's move on to our final topic, which is probably going to be the most interesting one. Sequels or game concepts we would like to see.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to the sequel of Assassin's Creed.
Oh,
So
man.
excited.
Assassin's Creed Chronicles 2, China 2. Holy shit, I'm so looking forward to it.
No, these have to be ones which you've made up, so get creative.
Goat Simulator 2.
Personally, actually, on the topic of Goat Simulator, that was made by Coffee Stain Studios, which they made their Sanctum series, which I don't know if you guys have ever played Sanctum, but I'd really like to see a third one of those, because they made the original Sanctum, which I loved, and then they made Sanctum 2, which was really, it wasn't the same game at all, and it was brutally hard, and I'd kind of like to see them make a third one.
I want to see GTA Player Simulator.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You know what?
It's a simulator of just the guy playing GTA, eating Doritos and Mountain Dew.
Speaking of GTA, honestly, I am looking forward to when they make another GTA. It doesn't have to come out in the next year or two, because honestly, this is a really good game.
Good, it
And
won't.
I don't think they need to make another one anytime soon. But when GTA 6 come out, I'm really honestly looking forward to see what they're going to add to it, or if they're going to make it complete shit because they can't make anything better.
I would love to see them try like something a bit more adventurous, because although this is a great game and they had so many extra concepts in it, like things like San Andreas, for example, was a real push in the envelope, and they took out a lot of the functions that they had in that, like being able to kind of like pump up your character and things like that. There was loads of stuff they took out that I don't know why it's not in this game. You know, they could really push it a bit more than they are. Like they've kind of, yes, it's good. They've added extra stuff, but it's still spilled out of the same kind of thing over and over. It's still kind of this. I mean, this is San Andreas 2, isn't it? Basically.
They're
I
probably
think-
afraid
I think-
to go to Saints Row if they could take it too far. They
Well,
don't
no,
want
you don't need
to-
friggin' aliens like fucking taking over the world while you're president. I mean, that was ridiculous. But
Giant
you could-
purple dick
like
sword.
I heard that obviously they did GTA London ages ago, and I heard that the next GTA is supposed to be in the UK. I like the idea of that. That's different.
I think
But
doing
just-
like different countries would be cool. Like, you know how there's always a myth of like if you take a plane and go off in the ocean, you'll get to another town. I think that would
Yeah,
honestly be
that
cool
would be-
going
yeah,
over
that
the
would be
ocean.
cool.
Yeah.
And then going to other places.
The thing is, I mean, I did GTA 5 like ages ago when it first came out on the Xbox 360. I did like a Valentine's type article on it, and one of the things that I did in there was that if you want to take your girlfriend out to something to eat, forget it, because there aren't any food places in GTA 5. Burger Shot and all that kind of stuff is completely like painted on. It's not, you can't even go in them. Yet in GTA 4 you could do that. So why is that sort of stuff like that? It was in the other games, like the comedy clubs, for example, from the last game, were fantastic. Not in this game.
I think in
Food places
multiplayer
are in
mode,
this
they've honestly come to the like decision that everyone just wants to kill everyone in tanks. So they just put a bunch of tanks in there. They're like, here, have fun, go at it.
Like, well, for me, the more realistic the game is, like the more realistic the surroundings are, how more interactive it is, the more fun it is. Because you can make more fun with it and kill people and go in. Like, I love the fact that you can go in and rob stores now. That's just brilliant. If
I
you
think
could
it's
do the
about time
same.
that they added heist. I think that was a really good decision. I was worried they weren't going to do that.
Oh yeah, the heists are brilliant. I do like the heist stuff to me. I've not
After
played
a
any yet.
year
I've
it
seen
came
a lot
out.
played. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm glad they took their time and then added like a shit like, here, there's a bank, go rob it. And it's just like robbing a grocery store. It's that easy. Just walk in.
I
when you gotta
can
get it.
admit this is probably one of the best PC ports I've ever played of a game.
Yeah, he was really worried. When I convinced him to get the game, he was like, are you sure? I mean, this is probably going to be like really like shit, isn't it? And I'm like, no, I don't.
I'm too used to them making games for consoles, then going, oh yeah, people have computers, don't they? And then they just slap a bunch of WASD instead of the joystick, throw it on computer, and hey, guess what? It doesn't run at all. And it's
There you
annoying.
go. Go at it. Have fun.
GTA 4 is case in point there. Like I own GTA 4 and it doesn't run for shit on anything.
Yeah.
I literally cannot get that game to run properly.
I
at all.
loved getting GTA 4 on a disc and putting it in my computer because I had to install something that was so outdated that I had to uninstall it and then reinstall the new thing and then uninstall all the ports that were bad. And I was like, and even at the end, I didn't get to play online. It was just story mode.
But once the resolution is stuck on mine, it won't. I mean, despite the fact that I can play this game on a higher resolution than the old game, it's just stuck. You can't change. Literally, physically, cannot change it. It will not let you change it. It's just stuck on this resolution, and I have no idea why at all. It's ridiculous. It looks terrible as well. It looks like some PS2 fucking game. It's awful.
But anyways, like, is there anything else that you guys are looking forward to besides GTA? Anyone else have anything?
Yes.
I'm trying to think
The
realistically.
spiritual successor to Shadow of the Colossus. It needs to come out.
Oh my.
Fallout Online as well.
Fallout Online.
They got
Fallout
cancelled because of Elder
multiplayer,
Scrolls.
yeah, that would be
Yeah.
awesome.
Like, I mean, I don't even care if it's terrible. I just want to be able to play one in that environment with my friends. Don't do subscription based though. No, don't do like fucking.
Oh, they will. They totally will.
They
You
must
can't.
have. They must have like realised the mistake after they failed miserably with like what was it online? Oh, what's it called?
Elder Scrolls.
That's the one. Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah.
Yeah, they failed miserably, and it's now not subscription based, is it? It's like you just pay for it, and you can go on there. You don't have to pay the subscription anymore. So please let them have realised the mistake there. Please.
Do you know what I'd love to
Random.
see? Do you guys have any of you played Red Dead Redemption? I haven't, but I've
Yes,
seen
I
gameplay
have.
of it.
Yeah,
I
that's
think that
cool.
would be awesome if they made a second one, kind of like GTA style.
It's not even on
Well-
PC.
Yeah, I heard
There's
about
something.
that.
There's something which a lot of people don't know about the Red Dead Redemption game. Is that's the fact that it's actually the second in its series. There was one that came before it called Red Dead Revolver.
Yeah, I actually did know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still don't know why they didn't put that on PC. I have to admit, that was such a popular game, and there were so many people asking for it to go on PC, and they just
I
haven't
think-
done it.
I think
They don't
like
need to. It's so
I
bad.
think like Brennan. I think what Brennan said is that if they just threw it up on PC and it was a piece of shit, it would have been like the ratings would have gone down for it. So they figured, hey, just keep it on console. Don't take the chance because it's a good
Well,
game.
Nope.
its popularity does rival GTA, so I don't see why they shouldn't. Because look how popular this has been.
There
I
is a
think that
problem.
they should.
There is the problem that if they put it on PC, they're gonna have to say, "Oh look, it's remastered HD," and if they do that, then there's a possibility that certain computers, laptops won't run it, and they may introduce some bugs that won't be fixed forever.
Well, you run that risk every time. I still think if people demand it, you should make it. Especially the amount
this whole time they've
especially
been
the
actually
amount of
working on
demand.
it.
The amount of demand they've actually got as well. It's not like one or two people going, please make it. It's like a whole horde of people asking people to make it.
Maybe they couldn't. Maybe they accidentally deleted the game files after they made it. So
Where the fuck the hell is those? Fuck.
Where did Red Dead
Oh,
Redemption
shit.
2.exe go?
Hey Jimmy, do you got the file? Oh shit. Yes, I do. Gives him like GTA 4. Okay, here you go.
Hope nobody notices.
No, yeah, no one will.
He
No
goes
one
the file.
knows.
It's going to go on a long holiday to Mexico.
But
I like
why
the
are
thing
you
that-
going there? Arriba, and then we.
I like to think that's what happened the other way around. Like, they were asking for a new GTA game, and then they, just for like a laugh, they got rid of all the cars. And then, oh yeah, oh crap, it's unfinished. No, quick, add horses, add horses, add horses.
Yeah, what do we do to make this game better? Add horses. There we go. What are other people like? Cowboys. There we go. Just what else? Revolvers.
GTA 6 is set in like 1840s or something.
I would honestly love another cowboy game that's really awesome. Like I just love cowboys and like that kind of thing. Like if Assassin's Creed did that, I'd still hate it, but it would be a little bit better than whatever this was.
They
Am I
should.
the
They
only
should.
one that didn't like Red Dead Redemption?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
It sucked
They should-
balls.
They should. That's what they should do. They should mix GTA with Destroy All Humans. That would be a fantastic mix.
Oh wow.
Destroy
Yes.
humans free.
I would play that.
There you go.
I would definitely buy
Run
that.
around with the anal probe. Yep. Come on.
Yeah.
That would be beautiful.
Of course, that is Saints Row, but you know,
Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
purple.
that's true.
Ah, crap.
That's my
Maybe
weapon
not.
of choice.
We had one good idea, and it's been taken.
I do have to admit, every time I play Saints Row, I never get anything done. I basically just run around with the dildo and hit cops. That's
Of
like
course.
I never get to any of the missions.
on my channel, I have a full montage of me hitting people with the dildo. it's,
Oh
it's
yeah, I
a full
saw that one.
I hate to
Play
tell you,
Saints Row.
Brotac.
Yeah, exactly.
I hate to tell you, Brotacular. That wasn't a game. You were actually running outside and hitting cops with
It was a
dildos.
simulator.
Oh, you don't think I know that? Yeah, I do that every weekend. Like
That's
after
enough
this,
Friday night, bro.
Oh.
After
okay,
this,
okay. I just,
after this, I'm gonna go do that.
Just pull out your schedule. Wake up, have breakfast, do podcast, run outside and hit cops with dildos. Man, I got a busy day ahead of me.
Makes the new prank channel called Dildo Cop Purple in the Anal.
Wow, so much time went into that
13.
13. Oh no.
Ah.
Can we all just agree on Saints Row 5?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, that should never be made.
No.
That should never be
Needs to
made.
be made.
Saints Row
Saints
5,
Row
10
sucks,
DLC
man.
packs.
Like, to be honest, I like Saints Row 1 and 2 are awesome, and I just pretend the others don't exist.
Kind of like
wasn't
Assassin's
that bad.
Creed.
It's so bad. I can't stand the other ones. I mean,
Okay.
the Saints Row the Third was fine, but just the fact that when they introduced the aliens, I was just like, no, what are you doing?
Well, yeah.
So this is the concept everyone wants, okay? This is what I gathered from the past couple of conversations. Okay, so Saints Row 5 will be a game set in the 1800s
In London.
in London. Where you can go outside and hit people with, dildos still. Why not?
Oh my god. Genius,
And-
except they're wooden. Because back then they didn't have silicone.
Splinters.
Ew.
That's just a club.
Oh. Wow.
And you have a lightsaber.
Yep. Oh yes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. With VR compatibility.
Yep.
And Bluetooth.
course.
And yeah.
Oculus Rift compatible.
and
or whatever. Or whatever's.
it
And
has
not
to be
made-
massively. It has to be an MMO
And not made by EA.
and not made by EA.
Has to be MMO.
And-
Don't forget that.
Put up on Steam with the capabilities to
only
run.
Steam.
Only Steam with the capabilities to run on any computer known to mankind.
So
Yeah.
basically, the end of the podcast is us making our own game. All right, let's do it. The demand is going to happen.
Okay.
We are-
I've already
we are-
written code. I've already written the code. I've got cheese sandwich right here. We can put these two together. We've got a video game.
We got Gaben. We got this.
We got
We
Gabe.
got this.
Let's go phone Gabe and be like, hey, so we
Yeah,
got this
idea.
idea.
His
We have this
Is-
brilliant idea that's going to make you a lot of money.
Actually,
Okay.
if we
Doesn't
get Gabe,
suck like
then
you
our
like this.
game won't be finished for like 20 years, so maybe we shouldn't.
And then there will never be a third one.
okay. So basically, what we're asking for is Half-Life 3.
Yeah, basically.
I wasn't even going to say that. When you brought up the topic of what games you want to see, I wasn't going to bring that up because I'm at the point where I'm sitting here going, yeah, whatever. It's going to happen or it's not. I don't care anymore.
He won't do it.
I'm so done hyping.
You know
over
what we should do?
Half-Life.
We should really give him a really good pitch. Like, he would love it to the point where we're like, and we're going to call it Half-Life 3. And then he'll just get so pissed off that he just, like, even though it's a brilliant idea, he's just, no.
We all know that he's allergic to the number
Get out,
3, though.
security.
Security!
He's never
He
made.
said Half-Life 3.
He's never made a third game in his life, so it's just we're gonna have to rename it to Half-Life 2.5.
2.5. Yeah.
No, you just add the Roman numerals. He won't be able to read it. He'll be
What?
like, Half-Life
Take off
3
his
mods,
glasses, run away with them.
and be like, hey,
You
can you
could
read
just
what
put
it says?
like Half-Life, totally unrelated, not in any way, shape or form linked to the other Half-Life games.
Half-Life
With the
111.
exact same. With the exact same
Yeah.
Then
configuration.
technically, it's not a sequel. It's not a third one. It's a completely
It's
new
a
line.
spiritual successor.
Just name it Life Half, and then put it up on the market.
Yes.
La-
definitely.
Full life.
Half
The main character, Freeman Gordon, who carries around a
Backwards crowbar.
crowbar upside down.
and a dildo as a sidearm.
And what would the gravity gun be? Just the repulsor gun.
So basically, we should just call up Coffee Stain, ask them to make us Half-Life 3, and then pitch it to Gaben.
We've got a lot of work to do.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah, we actually, you know what? We should get started on this right now.
Okay, does
Okay.
anybody have his? I mean, I have his secretary on speed dial. No reason. We used to date a lot, so
Wait, hang on.
It's weird. The
I have
song.
EA on the. Wait.
you have EA on the phone.
Yeah, I do actually. Do you want?
Call him a piece
Hang
of
up
shit.
on them.
Hang on.
Hang up on them. Hang up on them. Hang up on them.
My producer says.
Oh, guys, they offered me
producer
this
says
amazing
shit.
deal to join them.
Wow, get
Oh.
out.
This is weird. On Gaben's phone tone is just money. It's just constantly money, money, money over and over and over again.
No, you can just
Money,
hear the
money,
money like sliding out of his
money.
skin. That's about it. That's it.
Well,
I
this
almost
has
wonder if Gaben's answering machine is actually, hello, you've reached Gabe Newell. No, I'm not working on Half-Life 3. Please leave a message after the tone.
So when you work on a Half-Life 3, what's your address and I will come to kill you now. Please. JK.
I honestly, you know what? I feel like if Half-Life 3 came out, everyone would honestly be like, it's been too long. I don't actually want to play it.
Well, yeah, that's what's going to happen eventually. The hype's going to die, but
It just turns out that Half-Life 3's already been released. It's just the fact that no one knew about it.
yeah,
Do you think Gaben would sue someone if they made that?
Yes.
probably.
Yes.
Like he'd be like,
Very much so.
We're
Just
just
write
making
it.
money is the answer.
just write
Well,
it.
yeah. The
There we
last
go
game
then.
they made was Half-Life 1.5, and that was a re-release of the no, Half-Life 2.5, which was a re-release of Half-Life 2.
Yeah, he's just gonna keep going over the points like 2.9, and then he's never gonna make it.
2.91.
Yeah, he starts going into the deeper.
2.9000.
It's going to add one extra line to the ending scene every single remake. Well, eventually it itself turns into Half-Life 3 and nobody knows it.
Oh.
Evolves.
That'd be beautiful. Well, this has been fun, and I would like to thank all of you for being on this amazing podcast.
Yep, thank you.
Thank
You're
you very
welcome.
much.
And I would like to say one last thing before this podcast ends. Adam, are you alive?
I am, but like, no, the call keeps like, do you know how he kept cutting out before? Everybody's doing that for me because of my connection. I just wanted to stay in anyway.
I honestly thought you were gonna say Half-Life 3 confirmed, then end the podcast. Like that's it. And then everyone's like, "Oh!"
I wouldn't do that.
And then at the very end of the podcast.
I wouldn't do that. I'm not that cruel. Half-Life 3 confirmed.